Okay, so I didn't, well, I want to make the video, but at the same time, it's really kind of sad. And the download that I got, it's kind of like a flashback. Sometimes I'm having these now of just different childhood memories and certain things that were done. This one doesn't get too serious, but if you think about it, the symbolic meaning behind it is pretty intense. So when I was younger, I had Tigger first. These are cats, okay? There's Tigger, and then there was Boots. Now, Tigger, because she was salt and pepper, right? All of them were farm cats, and we adopted them and we happened to bring them home. We also had a dog named Mason, and we had two horses at one point. My parents each had a horse, and there were three cats. There was a fish, don't know what happened to him. There was a bird named Buddy, and the fish named Philip, I think, got eaten or died, and they blamed it on the dog for eating it. Because if you throw something at Mason, he would open his mouth, catch it, right? Anyways, there's three cats. So for some reason, they allowed me to name each of these. Mark named Philip. The bird, I don't think I named that one, but the cats I did. So Tigger was the eldest. She was salt and pepper colored. She was my baby, and I called her Tigger Bump Bump because she would used to bump heads with me, okay? Our third eye chakra and everything like that, and the connection there was like so sweet. And she was just a big cuddle bug. Then there was Boots, and I literally called him Boots because he had the white paws, but he was an orange tabby cat. And then we had Diamond, who was the last to be adopted. Now, she was all black and white. She was like Persian type cat, like long haired, very soft, so soft. And she had a diamond on her nose, and that's why I called her Diamond. Now, Diamond was a bit skittish, and my stepdad and the rest of the people in the house couldn't really put their hands on her. They wouldn't. Mark got kind of, I mean, my brother got kind of close, but the rest of them, they wouldn't, she wouldn't allow them to, because sometimes my stepdad would pick the cat up, hold her above his head, and shake her like this and just traumatize the shit out of her. And he kind of was like a little bit pissed off that she didn't like him, but at the same time, he would antagonize her even more just because of that. So it made no sense to me at all why this continued. Anyways, it was getting close to around the time where I was moving out. I moved out when I was about 22. They wanted me out sooner at 18, but there was a story there too where there was a place that I went to, and this guy asked me down to the basement and had his he said he had a motorcycle accident and he had pains in his leg, and then he asked me to like see the scars and feel his leg and massage his leg, and I was just like, oh fuck no, right? This is not okay. And he said, yeah, it would be nice. He's like, I work at Toyota and it'd be nice to see a girl walk by me once in a while. And then I was like, well, can I have friends over? He's like, no. And then I was like, he's like, this whole place is monitored from top to bottom. So when I went home and I told my stepdad and my mom, I was like, I'm not moving out there. They were super pissed off until I told them, like, the guy literally wanted to fuck me. I was like, this is not cool. And then all of a sudden, my stepdad shut up. I was like, well, should we go back there and take a look at the place? I was like, honestly, I don't want to move in there. Anyways, I moved out when I was around 21, 22 and got my own place. But during this time, my parents were trying to sell the house that they were in. And amidst all that, sometimes cats get overwhelmed. Now, Boots and Tigger seemed all right, but they were still like confused about packing up and everything. And unfortunately, Diamond was really upset, and so she wouldn't go in her litter box. She was making all messes, and it doesn't help for showing the house. So one day I come home, and I don't remember if this was, I think it was after work or something like that. And my mom requested, because I was the only one that was able to pick Diamond up, to go find her and bring her to her. So I go get Diamond, I hold her in my arms, and she's so tiny, right? And I bring her to my mom, and she's got a box sitting there on the floor in the kitchen. She's like, put her in the box. And I was like, what? She's like, I'm not having this in my house, unfortunately. I'm not going to be having her shit all over the fucking house, blah, blah, blah. And she just like kind of treated her like a burden. So Gently, I placed Diamond into the box, and I just seen her little head. I swear to God, I'm gonna cry. I just see her little head peek up like this, and I closed the flaps. I was like, what are you gonna do with her? She's like, well, take her somewhere, don't worry. And now there seems to be a pattern too with my mom and stepdad when it came to animals. When they disappeared or they went missing or something like that, there was some sort of hidden thing behind it, and I'm pretty sure they were sacrificing them. No offense, but between euthanasia and accidents or whatever you call it, it was strange. It wasn't okay. And I'm not going to make no assumptions, but I'm going to say from my perspective, it was fucking weird. So symbolically, Othelon, okay? That would be this one right here. Or sorry, Ingwas. Fertilization, actualization, beginning, balance, productivity, growth, common sense, family, home, relief, nature, frith, plenty, and faith. And that's the letter N and G, also for third eye, root chakra, and heart chakra. Now, it originally looks like this, almost like a corset, okay? But it can also be represented as the symbol of the diamond. And diamonds in tarot or even just a regular deck of cards like this, they are symbolic for pentacles or coins, which would be a form of wealth. Okay, it doesn't have to all round be wealth, but it's a form of wealth. Now, what's interesting about this is the fact she's also black and white. Again, the symbology there, the balance between duality, yin and yang, any kind of balance at all. So not only is that a form of wealth, but it's a form of faith, productivity, beginnings, new beginnings, and balance too. And I was asked to go get this beautiful cat. There was nothing wrong with her. The only reason she acted a certain way was because she was fucking tormented. Of course, she didn't want to be held or messed around with, and she was always hissing and growling and stuff like that. I understood this, and she was okay with me, but for them to request I go get her and put her in the box, it almost felt like a fucking ritual to me. It felt like doing that was symbolic, and they took it away, and God knows what they fucking did. Hopefully they didn't harm her. It didn't seem like she was interested in trying to find a beautiful home for her. It just seemed like she wanted to rid the house of Diamond. So yeah, that download came in just briefly. I figured I would make the video for this. Now, all assumptions aside, this could be the case, but it also could just be how my perspective of the situation is. Yeah, a lot of weird, random shit happened when it came to how animals were dealt with in the family, whether they go missing or something like that. I remember the one time when Mason went missing, they made up this whole story that he ran away when they went to, I think it was called Markdale or something. It was a place at their friend's farm. And then there was some other story in there about getting run over possibly by a tractor, and then another story about maybe he got shot by accident. He never came home regardless. So me being young self and a little bit naive, I make all these posters, and the image of him, he looks fairly old to begin with. And I remember bringing it to school, posting it all around the school just in case anybody's seen him, right? And I guess there were a couple kids laughing, and my brother got so mad he almost got into a fight. I don't know if he actually did, but over this, because he knew they were laughing at me for posting those things because he looked so old. It's almost like everybody was in on it except me. It's like everybody fucking knew what happened except me. So it's pretty sad. My relationship with animals, I really care deeply about even the smallest, tiniest little animal, and I do respect them fully. I do. And I don't like to see anything happen to them. And it really does show character for another human being when they treat them, or mistreat them, I should say, in a certain way. But yeah, it really does seem that flash that I've got was really symbolic for her making me put Diamond in that box and her just peeking her little head up like this. Oh, maybe no, you never know, she could still be out there, right? Anyways, so I thought I would make this story to get out there because people use animals all the time in rituals and it's not okay. They also use them to kind of take some of that karma that's meant to go on them, and it will afflict their familiar or their pet, whatever they want to call them. It's kind of like when people use kids as a pawn or something like that. People will use animals specifically for their fucked up rituals, and it's not okay. It's not okay. And no wonder Mother Earth's so pissed off. People shouldn't be doing this fucked up shit. Telling you, shit's gonna come out. People are gonna find out the messed up stuff that people did, especially to harm others or get them involved in some fucked up shit. Remember to love you. Please do. Thank you for all the likes, shares, subscribes. If you like this video, you want to pass it to somebody else, or if you want to find another video, I've got over 1,000 videos on there, so take a look, see.